What up, bros? So today we're going to be changing the oil and filter on a 2012 Z1000. Now, this basically goes for any 2010 plus Z1000 or Ninja 1000 because they're all the same. They all have the same engine. Let me show you the oil filter and oil that I'm going to be using first. So after much research, I decided to go with the Motul 7100 10W40 motorcycle oil and this K&N filter. This is a KN 303 with a socket attachment at the end. Now, I used to go with this Kawasaki full synthetic, that's all I ever put in the bike because I trusted it, but I really wanted to try something different. I heard a lot of good stuff about Motul, so I'm going to give it a try. I basically got this good quality stuff for even cheaper than I would the Kawasaki kit. So hopefully it works good. I'll be doing a review on that, so check my channel also. But anyways, let's get to the draining the oil. Now, you might have a side fairing piece in the way, but I'm pretty sure that most bikes can drain the oil without removing the fairing. So right here, we're going to go ahead and start with this. Now, this is a 17 millimeter bolt head. So let's go ahead and get that loose and start draining the oil. All right, so you just want to go ahead and pull up on the bolt there. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And then I'm just going to go ahead. I got my little pan here. I'm going to go ahead and do it by hand the rest of the way. What I'll do is I'll feel it for the end, and then I'll just quickly pull away so I don't get anything on my hand. But yeah, I slacked last year. I didn't ride much, so basically this is maybe like 12 or 1300 miles, but I didn't do it last season because I didn't even really ride much. But these bikes, I do mine basically every 1,000 miles. When you ride bikes hard or you have, high performance bike, you really got to keep that oil fresh. And if you want to keep your bike for a long time, if you don't care, obviously that's you. But anyways, got that draining. Now, next we're going to go up here and get this oil filter off. Let me let this cool down here and then we'll move over to the filter. Okay. So I have this tool here. I've had this thing for freaking ever. Oh my God, I've had this like 8 years now. It's crazy. It works good too. I bought it, I think maybe Advance Auto. And it comes in like a 3-pack and works pretty good. Let's see how it does here. So you gotta tighten it. Oh, let me turn it around. There we go. So definitely a handy tool to have around for sure. There we go. Works pretty good. So definitely recommend getting you one of these. This is a performance tool. All right, let's twist it off the rest of the way. Am I the only one that gets excited about changing their oil? Holy crap, I get so excited. All right, there's that. All right, we'll let that sucker drain and then we'll get everything on. So here's the oil filter. That's what mine looks like there. So what we need to do is just put some oil on the O-ring and then we'll get this sucker installed. Okay. You don't really need too much. Just enough to get it nice and lubed up. Like that. And then we want to make sure to wipe the surface before we put the new one on. Just get the mating surface there. Don't make a mess like me. Now, you don't have to go super, super tight on these things, you know, just get a hand tight and then, you know, just turn her a little bit, not too much. This is the same size as the drain plug, just if you're wondering. All right, so I'm going to do just like that. All right, she's good. And then let's go ahead, make sure the drain plug's tight. Sometimes when I'm done, I'll maybe let a little more out just to get all that old stuff out. But I'll let that drain for another second and then we'll get to filling her up. All right, I got my trusty funnel and we're going to go ahead and put this whole entire bottle. I know it takes this thing around 4 quarts. So what I do is just I put 4 quarts in it. I start it up, I run it, and then I get it on some flat level ground, and then we'll check the oil, and it should be at the top line. I'm so dumb. I always take these weird risks. Like, look, I'm balancing it with my leg just to get a shot. But yeah, get that stuff in, and we'll start her up and hear this puppy roar. All right. I don't like to waste a drop, so we're going to let this sucker get every little drop, and then we will start this mofo up. So before you start your bike, one thing I realized, and this may not apply to you, if you drain your oil for too long, or, you know, keep the system open for too long, it will take a while to build up oil pressure. One time I was doing a bunch of stuff and I literally let it drain overnight, and I was getting the oil pressure warning, and it took like minutes to get oil pressure, and I had to actually loosen the oil filter while it was running, kind of, to let it, you know, purge the air out, because that's what I read on the forums. So, you know, we should only regularly stay on for like a couple seconds. So if it stays on longer, then just know you'll have to, you know, manipulate it to get your oil pressure back, or it'll just do it on itself, hopefully. But all right, here we go. One last check. Make sure it's level. We're up to level. And so that light's always on for me because my servo's gone. So I think we're good. All right, after you start it up and turn it off, just make sure the bike is level. Check your oil level. That's the upper and lower mark. So obviously you want it in between or up at the top. And make sure you go ahead and follow me for awesome videos to come. I appreciate y'all watching. Have a good one. Peace.